Yo, it's full moon night. Is it full? Looks like there's a little sliver still missing. Right there. Barely you can tell. Just a little bit. I'm gonna zoom in. Let's zoom in. Okay. Here's what they would say. That's a star shining through. Ah. That's funny. Let's back that out. Let's zoom in a little closer. Hey, crosshatch. P900. Nikon, it's badass. Hey, Valley Parks. Hey, Blanche. Hey, Waylon, what's going on? Glad everybody came here. Hey, crosshatch, check it out. This is what we do on my channel. You get a standard moderator. We don't talk about anybody bad. We're just looking at the sky right there. I got clouds moving in. Looks like something right there fixing to eat it. Look at it. That's crazy. There's your mouth, your eye, your other eye going right towards the moon. That looks cool. Check it out. It's the dragon. See, there's his neck. There's his hands. Or his legs. Maybe his wings. Oh, it looks pretty badass, huh? Fixing to come get it. The sky monster. Anyway. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Hang on. You see it lighting up the local clouds around it. It's very close right now. It's low to the sky. It's going to come right above us. Let's see. I'm going to zoom in on it and see if we see anything. Hang on. Look, I'm not even zoomed in all the way. Now, how can a P900... I can zoom in on the moon like that. Let's see if we see anything interesting. The moon gets its light from the sun. That's what everybody needs to know. If you can hear me. Hey, Mojo. What's going on? Glad you could join us. Can y'all hear me? Give me a 1. Look at that shit right there, man. Nice. I'm glad everybody can hear me. Check that shit out right there. Holy crap. Okay. We got dogs in the house. Oh my gosh. There's one right there. He just hit the tripod. Anyway, well, it put me on a different location right here. Check out that shit right there. Trying to focus it in for y'all. Trying to give you the in-depth look. See, with the P900, I could take a picture of this and it looks totally different. It doesn't give you the in-depth look of what you're looking at, really. I mean, look at that right there. It looks like, I don't know. Can you see that? It looks like a range right there, right? And that shit right there looks flat as fuck. And I'm trying to look at this for y'all. Give you the in-depth look. Let's see. There's the face. He's smoking a cigar. Something. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. I mean, you can see that. And where parts of it are lit up. Now, look at that right there. Wow, that looks freaky, right? Is that the clouds moving in front of that? That's weird. Oh, yeah, it's the clouds. Look, yep, that's the clouds. Let's back up so we can take a look at that. I'm going to take a picture. You see it right now? I'm going to show you in a different mode so you'll understand. See how close the moon is? Look at that. Bam. I like that picture. That's going to be badass to the bone. So look at that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm fighting with this evening. So I can cut right through the clouds. I need to, yeah, I got that all the way turned down. So we can zoom in. Oh, look at the clouds. Look at that shit. It's badass, right? Not gonna see it like anywhere else. Let's look deep in those clouds right there. Do we see anything? That's what we're looking for. Something around the moon, like a balloon. What they call a satelloon or whatever. The clouds really show that shit up really close. You can see what it's doing right there. It says 8 watching. I got 2 thumbs up. But it'll say a different number's watching when I get done. What was that? Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in. Hang on. You can already see the features coming out. Look, I'm not even, look how far I'm zoomed out. It's crazy. I gotta adjust the camera. Let me adjust it. I need to go up a little bit. Oh, too far. Over to the left. And it should come, this is what I was telling on Vicka's channel earlier, Heliopsychosis, with Gene Edit and all them, that when you're looking at the moon, right? All right, now I'm looking at it, right? I got it at the bottom of my camera. If this is during the eclipse. When I was filming it, okay, now watch the moon. It's going up on my screen, right? Because it's coming at me. Well, during the eclipse, when I was looking at it, it's not too far. From this position, it was over about right here where these trees are, right? Which is not far. And it, like I said, is going west, is towards that way. And that's where the moon always goes. I can show you, it's not a big deal. But as it's coming towards me, it's always rising. Even from the south, it should be rising or going to the right of the screen. But that ain't what happened. All right? I'm going to tell you, that is not what happened. Okay? What happened was, the clouds got this thing. Let's back off. Look at the clouds. Let's take a picture of that. That'd be pretty badass. Look at that. Wham, in the clouds. It's in the clouds, baby. Let's get a picture of that one. See it? It's gonna be badass. So it's like right in the middle of my screen, right? I can zoom in past the clouds, through the clouds, and still see it. Now you can see it's rising up. It always rises up. No matter what. Hell yeah, we're going to courtside, Mojo. Hey, Jeremy Bird's in the house. What's up, Jeremy? Glad you can make it, man. Thank you very much for joining. I'm just not getting to the, I've been watching everything. I don't want to miss anybody. See, it's going up, just like I said. It's rising. Now, when I was looking at it over here, which is not too far away, it was coming down in the sky, and that was during the eclipse. So that's all I'm stating. And I've got, guess what I got? Woo! Here we go. Something you might not like. All right. I've got my thermometer out. So, as you can see, it's lit up by the moon. That's a moon is shining on it right there. So we're going to take a picture of that and see what the temperature is. 65.4 degrees. That's that part that was lit up by the moon there. As you seen, there it is right there. Same little section. I'm going to shine it on the ground. See what the ground is. 64.9, 64.5, 65.1. Back to that thing. 65.1. That's in the moonlight. 65.4. I've got a thing right here on the ground. Let's. I don't know if you can see it. That little rock. I'm going to shine it on that. Whatever that is. Let's see. What is that? That's a rock. Yep. I'm going to shine it on the rock. 69.8. That's on the ground right there. That's the rock from the moonlight. All right. 69.8. So I got one hanging up right here. And it's not in the moonlight yet. Oh, I'd like to show you what's going on. Let's see if I can I lighten this thing up? Okay. It says not light on, but it's not on. Lighting. Okay. Anyway, back to the moon. Here's this rock that I want to. There's a rock over here. I'm trying to show it to you, but can't see it because I'm not lit up yet. But this rock right here, this big rock is on the ground. 69.6, 69.6, 69. Now let's go to the ground temperature. 67, 68, 67, 68. So there's a difference in that medium. And then I've got a metal thing right here, a dish, right? We're going to see what the dish is. 63.5. It's metal now. 63.8 max. Okay. So that's different, but it's black. It actually says dish on it, but the thing itself is black. So I'm going to point on this thing. This is white. Ooh, 64.9. So that's got a reflective surface on it. That's the little area that that points that captures the signal. It's different. So I've got this piece of styrofoam over here, right? I want you to see it right here. Now the moon's shining on it, right? So let's see what it says. 63.3. Very cool. 64, 63.3, 63.5. And then right here beside, you can see the moon shining on the ground. Look at it. It's lighting up, okay? 65.1. We know the ground's going to be warmer. So let's get to this tree right here. See what the differences it is. I don't know if you can see this tree. I'm going to try to show it to you. 64.2. Tree 64.2. 64.2. And I'm going to come back over here to the other thing. If you can see it. I'm trying to show it to you. Right here. There it is right there. You see the moonlight shining off of it, right? I'm going to go right for it. 66.7, 66.7. Okay. Like I said, when you go to the shadow, I got another piece of wood that's in the shadow now. Okay, so there's the moonlight. I'm in a tree. There's no moonlight over here. All right, so I'm trying to show you. Here's around the corner. You can see the light on this. When you come over here, there's no light. So I'm going to hit this 68.3. Depends on, because now here's the difference. What I'm taking a picture of over there is different type of wood than here. Now this wood's been recently cut down 4 months ago or so, 5 months ago, and now it's changing its molecular form because all the water's coming out of it. It's drying out. The microbes are heating up. Let's take another shot over here in a different type of area. So definitely no so 68. Like I said, it all depends on the substrate that you're shooting it onto. And here's a different rock. Here's a different rock right here. Hang on. Watch out. Oh my gosh, puppies. Puppies everywhere. I got dogs all over me. Should see them. Ha ha. They're monsters. You know, dogs. So I'm trying to go find a different rock. Oh my gosh. Boy, they're just hauling my legs. Puppies. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, everyone. How did y'all get across the fence? That's what I want to know. Oh my gosh, they're all snuck out. Right there's one. That's Max. Oh, hang on. All right. Come on. I don't know. Man, they hit my thing. Can y'all hear me? Space Miner. Thank you about the, yeah, my camera is kicking the ass. That's right. Man, because everything's so close. I'm going to make you a mod. Everybody gets a mod on my channel. Thank you for joining. Dogs everywhere. Real one, not for real. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for coming. I'm just doing tests. See, lightning in the house. Just need a little lightning. Help me through the dark. So, what's up? Any standing water? Yeah, like I said, it's the medium that you're doing it in. So, hey, skeptic in the house. Hey, how's it going? Just now reading everything. You should have a wrench now, Space Miner. I added you. Be aware of the flash floods in Arizona. That's what Valley says. Yeah, you know, Valley, the puppies. Oh my gosh, they're like little monsters. They're chewing on something right now. I don't know what the fuck it is. Ha ha ha. Thank you, real or not for real. Yeah, thank you for catching me live. I mean, like I said, I'm doing the moon thing. I'm taking temperatures. Here's another little rock. I'm going to take a picture, temperature of that. 69.2. Now that's buried. Okay, 69.2. Okay, this one's out of the ground. This one's out of the ground. 69.2, 69.6, about the same, 69.8. Depends on how close I get it and how far distance I am. See, I got 70.1 right there. So that's on part of the rock that's getting light from the moon. So, hey, why is the temperature going up? I thought it'd give off cool light. Okay, now I got a really good reflection on this. Let's see what's going on. Remember what it was earlier? 63.3, 62.9. Let's see if I get closer, if it changes. 62.9, 63.5, 63.8. It's metal, it's different. Because when I do the plastic, it's 64.9. It's warmer. It's warmer on the plastic, 64.9. So it's the plastic is warmer than the metal. And then we got different temperatures with the other stuff, and everything's been lit up pretty good right now, boy. The moon's really shining. Look, remember earlier I had to struggle to get to it to see the temperature, but not anymore. It's bright as fuck. So everything's shining really good. There's that little rock that I was taking the temperature of, and then when you go to the bigger rock, it's more heat, and that's in the ground. And the little rock right there is in the ground. That one's out of the ground. See, I can kick it. See right there, I flipped it over. Let's take a temperature of on the other side. 69, 70, 71, 71 degrees. 71, 71.6, and that was touching the ground. But this one's in the ground. All right. 68. Now this is my this is my camera. 68.7. This is the tripod. 66.2, 66.5. And my ladder's finally coming into play. So we got aluminum here. Let's take a shot of that aluminum. All right. So I'm no bullshit. No bullshit right here. All right, here we go. 64, 65, 65.4, 66, 60 pins, 62, 63. Now see, it's right there. This aluminum, 64.9, 65. This is fluctuating, 63. So it's fluctuating, high, low, high, but it's going up. It's going up. So I'm just saying, here's the ground again. Let's do another ground thing, 68.9. We're going to do another thing on this. Here we go. 66.7. I'm going to do it on this metal fence. Got a metal fence here. You can see my shadow on the moon. Look. See it? So here we go. I'm going to hit on the metal fence and see what it says. 66.2. It's way up there. Look. The metal fence is higher. 66.5 instead of 63. Something like that. So that's galvanized steel. So that's different than like the plastic is higher. So we figured out that the plastic is higher on the edge of this right here. This is part of this satellite dish. Ha ha ha. And the temperature is higher on that. 64.9, 65, 65.1. And then you come over here, it's 64.2, 63. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just looking at different things. And then right here I've got, actually there's an aluminum can here. So I'm going to take a picture of that aluminum can and see what's going on with that temperature. See, I'm shining on it, right? 65, 66, 66, 65. Still on it. 64, 65. Depends on. So 65, 1, 65. You know. So I'm gonna come down here. Here's a block. Okay. I'm gonna take a picture of a block. It's different now. It's man-made block, but out of rock. Ha ha. And so say 68.3, 68.3, and that's in the moonlight, right there. Okay. So, and then we're gonna take a picture out of the moonlight. 66, 66.7. So if anything, everything's being heated up by the moonlight. Gives it sunlight. It's light from the sun. Gotta know this. It is as is. Okay, so this is back to this right here. It's been in the moon now because of the everything's being lit up, right? Pretty good now, as we notice. Now this is the star phone that was at 63 degrees earlier. Watch. 63 to 65. Same. It's been in the moonlight is, I checked it earlier, it's the same one. Same one. I haven't added anything to it, and it's warmer now. Remember it was 60, it's like 60, 67 degrees. Okay? Earlier it was 63 degrees. Watch the video. So that tells me something. That the moon is not giving off cold light. And you can see I'm sitting right here, walking around. You know, I'm not doing anything. Just doing observations. You can't see anything? But 40 is rolling, okay. Yeah, I hear 40. I showed you what was on the gate there. Well, Space Miner, I could do that, but it'll tell you in the instructions. Okay, I'm gonna point it towards the moon. 48, 49, 48, 49 is towards the moon. Okay, towards the moon. All right, now, this is away from the moon. 54, but see, here's the difference. There's a tree right there. 47, 41, 40, 40, and that's away from, in between the trees. In between the trees. Nothing. Nothing in between the trees. See right there? Now I'm going to point it right towards it. 43, 43.5. Towards the moon. 45, 47, 48, 50. 50 degrees towards the moon. 50. So what does that tell you? If you want to go that route, but it tells you right in here that this thing is good at 12 feet. 12 feet is pretty good. You just can't point it in the sky. But if I did point it in the sky right there, I pointed it towards the moon and I'm getting more light, more heat than away. So it's pointed away from the moon. Pointed away from the moon, 40 degrees, 39, 35, 38, 37. Towards the moon. 48, 50, 51, 52, 53. This is 53. This is right towards the moon. Look. 52, 53. So it's warmer towards the moon than it is away from the moon. In fact, if you want to look at it that way. But we did this thing with right here, and the moon's shining out pretty good still. Let's see if it's warmed up any. This is the styrofoam. Okay, it was started out at what, at 53, then it went to 56. Now it's And now it's 60 or 63, 65, 66, 65, 8. Okay? That's styrofoam right there. It's warmed up. It was 63 degrees when the moon was blocked. And it warmed up 2 degrees. That's all I'm stating. I got dogs everywhere. Oh my goodness. But anyway, all right, so I'm debunking. My claim is that the moon gives off heat, not cold light. Nothing cold. I've shown that, right? Valley Parks, I know. Lily Pad, she's always happy and she's never sad. That's for sure. She loves me. See, that's my girlfriend. But anyway, I'm going to go back to the moon for a minute. I just wanted to do this little live. All right. So it really hasn't went that far since the last time I was looking at it. But as you see, it's still going up and to the right because it's circling around us. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna bring it out. I'm gonna raise it up just a little. I'm gonna put it right in the center almost. And here we go. Wow. And we're gonna take a picture. Bam. I'm going to turn this down so we can zoom in on it. We're going to go up a little bit. Oh, not too far. It's hard to do with one hand, yo. But I almost got it down. Just for my fans, love y'all very much for coming over. Let's see if we can see through some clouds. Here we go. Woo. Let's see if we can see it. There it goes. Bam. All right. So now we're zoomed in on it. Look, I'm not even zoomed in all the way. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna back this off. There we go. I'm gonna look at it a little bit. You can see the clouds rolling through it. Jeremy Bird, you gonna be there? That'd be great. You know, I was on Vic's channel earlier, Mojo, and oh my gosh, the people just give you the third degree sometimes. It's all good. I got a question why I'm going to go to the International Truth Festival. I said, well, to see Ryan. And I love them all. But, you know, I'm giving my opinion. What they got to realize, the moon gets its light from the sun across the flat realm. And that's what I tried. That was my only thing. But they said anybody that was going to International Truth Festival, well, Justin Johnson, I love you very much, sir. And I know how much you gave compared to me on our donations to all the fake fuckers out there. I understand this. That'll never happen again. I got you. But listen, we're not all shills, and I'm going to ask the hard questions. I'm going to talk to Mark Sargent. I'm going to talk to DJ Curious. I'm going to talk to everybody that's there. We ain't going with no alien agenda. I'm going to destroy him on that because I'm going to ask questions. I'm the official photographer, and what I want to do is interviews. And you know, and that's my thing, is I'm going to do an interview with somebody and figure out what's going on. I'm going to ask them the hard questions. So get ready for those lives, because we'll be doing it live if they're willing. That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, like I said, man, I don't want to talk bad about anybody. You got to prove me wrong. Just like I said, I know the sun lights up that moon. Can't prove me wrong. Nobody. Not gonna. That's the way lights work. It's not gonna turn on in sections. And this is my second thing on moon temperature. You know, and here it is. The moon's out really good right now. Everything's lit up. Let's see, 68, 67. Let's do this. Here we go. 66, 65. Okay, and then getting back to this. Here you go again. I've left it for a while. Let's see if it's warmed up any. 64, 9, 65. It's still higher, and the moon is behind the shade, and so it's cooling off. Because remember, we had a reading earlier. It started at 63, was up to 66, and now it's at 64.9. So it's cooled off a degree by being in the shade. I'm just saying. So, and like I said, different substrates have different temperatures. But you should see the ring around the moon. It's badass, actually. Maybe I get a picture of that. It looks nasty though. Like it's if you can see it with your eyes, it's badass. So let me back off. Let me get a picture of that. That's gonna be badass. Hang on. Let me get right in the picture in the middle. Still there. I'm gonna turn this up so I see it. And this is what it looks like. Yeah, it's different when you really look at it. You can see the moon. Look at the clouds. I'm trying to show you. And you know, they look, it's creepy. The colors. Because it's so close. Look, it's only lighting up the ring around those areas. You know? We got a star over here. I don't know what that is. I might zoom in on it. Oh, and there's a star right beside the moon too. See it right there? Right there. So I'm gonna zoom in on that. Hang on a second. I see it with my eyes. Let me see. Let's see what's close. It's like a half angel wing. Check it out. Let's see the star. Let's see what we got. There it is right there. Let's see what we got in the picture. Right there. It just came in too. So we're gonna zoom in on that. Let's see what we got. Hmm. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna have to adjust the camera. Hang on. What's up with my camera? Oh, wait a minute. What? All right. I'm gonna say that the moon is gonna pass that up here shortly. They're right there. Very in close proximity. So let me adjust this a little bit. I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to get this picture. Hang on. Bam. Can we get that star in there maybe? There it is. Valley, you didn't show up. Yeah, it's going to be badass, that's for sure. I cannot wait to go. Like I said, I don't know what star that is. The moon. So I'm gonna have to look that up, but it's getting close. They're getting really close to each other right now. I'm gonna zoom back up to it and find out. It's like, see, look at it. Remember where it was? So I'm gonna go up a little bit. Here we go. Just observing, y'all. And I got it all the way turned down. Man, that light is so bright because the sun is lighting it up like a Christmas tree. Yeah, it's right there. You see it. It's getting really close to it now, so I'm going to let it come up. They're all traveling in the same path. Let's see if I can see it there. I'm looking for it, but I don't see it. But it's still there. You can see it on this camera right there, see? So, anyway, I don't know how much longer I'm going. Anyway, I just wanted to show, hey, Lev Kung Fu Shaolin's in the house. Give it up for him. Y'all check out his channel. Glad you can make it. I've just been talking. I'm sitting here talking, man. I've been doing this thing showing different temperatures and things are heating up from the moonlight. I'm just saying, watch my video. You'll see from when I started. I ain't pulling no punches here, you know. Like I said, my machine is brand new. I've only used it once or twice. Put a brand new battery in it today, so I know it's working properly. And anyway, and it's clear now. Clouds are gone. Beautiful moon view. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a picture of the sky. I'm gonna turn this off for a minute. And oh yeah, that's a good one right there. So we're turning my camera off. And we're gonna go do this thing again. Because there's a cloud in the sky. Everything's lit up. Right? So you know where I've been standing. We're gonna start down here at the styrofoam. It's all in the light. Look, even got little areas shining really bright like the moon. Oh, look, it's craters. Here we go. Remember what it was? 63, 62, 69, 63. Ooh, that's freaky. It's different than it was a minute ago. Let's check this rock. So it fluctuates different. 68.9, 68.9, 68.3. Now the rock that's right here, the rock that's right here, that's buried in the ground. 68, 68, 67, 68.3. All right, that's out of the ground. That's out. Okay, let's go look at the aluminum can. That styrofoam's freaking me out over there. Here's another rock. Let's do this rock. 64.5. Okay, here's the aluminum can. Aluminum can. 62, 63. Depends on how close. 64. Depends on how close you get. See, 62, 63. Depends on how close you are. Now here's aluminum. 64.9, 65, 67. Like I said, it fluctuates. Let's check this out again. This one. Here's this other rock over here. All right, so we got this other rock, man-made, light on it. 66.2, 66.5, 65.4. Here's the ground. 64.5. Depends on how close you get it. 64. 65. Depends on the okay, here's the shade. 63 in the shade. 64.2. This is the shade. You see the difference? So you know. Here's my shadow. And in the moonlight, 64.5. In the shade, 64.5. It's the same. Depends on, like I said, the medium. Depends on this. Depends on that. I think here's a. Let's see what we got here. I was looking for something else to go by. Like I said, it fluctuates up and down so much. So this is the fiberglass. Okay, so we go to the fiberglass. 63.3. And then we'll go to this metal rod right here. So you know I'm hitting it. Metal rod. 63.8, 64.5. Depends on where it's at. 63. Depends on 60. I mean, if you move it around just a little bit, fluctuates. Everything fluctuates. Something here on the ground. I don't know. You can see it right there. Let's point it at that. Let's see. 63, 63.5, 64. You know. Like I said, everything's got a different medium. So, but if anything, like I said, that styrofoam heated up. It went up from 63 to 65, 64, 65 degrees, 2 degrees. And then here we go, clear skies. We're going to turn it on towards the moon. 34, 33. It all depends. I'm trying to see. It don't really work like this though, right? And then over here, it's the same. It's about the same, within a degree or so. But I don't think pointing it up at the direct sky is gonna change anything. So let's see what we got going on. Yeah, that's where I need to go, to the gold country, skeptic. No, they got gold here too. All up in the mountains. Anywhere in the mountains, there's gold. Washes down. I don't know why. It just does. To the flatlands. They said there's a lot of gold in the ocean. especially by where the rivers flush out. That's where you'd want to look. Just like you look for little creeks running into the river. That's where you'll find the gold, the creek mouth. Okay, we got dog running around. Ha ha. Well, they just destroyed my experiment. Ha 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 ha. Oh, those little fuckers. Yep, gemstones too. So, anyway, I gotta protect my camera here. They're just being destructive and doing a wrestling thing against each other. But I just wanted to go live for a little bit, show you all what was going on. Like I said, just doing an experiment. There it is. You can see moon shining on it. You can see 66.2, the ground. 65, 66.2. Leaves on the tree. 63, 64.2. And the moon. Let's see, get them in the shade. 64, 65s, you know, they're about the same no matter what. 64, 65. Depends on how far you got it from here or there, or if you're in between. So it's the same within a degree or two, except for the styrofoam. That I've got to do a little bit more thing, but we know with the dish here, it's this is metal, 63.5, same as it was earlier. And then we go to the plastic, and 64, 64.2, 64.9, and then the metal is 62, 63. So that's another thing. I mean, the metal is different than the plastic, and that's the plastic on the head. So, you know, I'm just saying, a lot of learning to do. Like I said, though, this is not when I'd want to send up my balloon, even though it would probably be pretty good. But I got to worry about the winds carrying my balloon that way. So when I do blow my balloon test, I'm going to make sure it's over there. That's why when my balloon goes up, it's circling around to it over the flat realm. That's the way it works. But anyway, Valley, I missed you. You know, you were supposed to be here, girl. I'll worry about you, but I'm gonna see you're responding. Get your fucking phone turned on, woman. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm in Tennessee. So yeah, Skeptic, it is beautiful over here, you know. We have I got dogs barking at something. I don't know. It is as is. But anyway, I thank y'all for coming to my live. I just wanted to show y'all what was going on. Like I said, the star is still there, right below it, as you can see. You can't see through that thing. It's closer. I'm gonna figure it out what it is. I cannot wait to get my balloon in the sky. I'm gonna have 5 cameras on it, yo. 2 looking up, 1 looking down, 1 looking sideways, 1 looking at. It's gonna be like 5 different degrees of angles, 5 degrees of separation. How about that? Ha ha ha. We just go with that. And I'm gonna have 2 infrareds and a regular one looking down. I want to look straight down, see where I'm above. It's gonna be badass. I'm not gonna have the technical stuff of how high I'm going. I'd like to put all that in there, but I'm trying to go as high as I want to, because I want to get a balloon right next to that fucking moon. That is my object. That is my program. They had one over in Japan they sent up, and it was over 200 and almost 260 something thousand feet. Highest balloon I've ever stated, because if you research Google, it'll tell you only 150,000 feet. Theirs was different. And when it popped, it was negative. So I know at 240,000 feet, it's going to be at least, it was negative 74.5 degrees Celsius. And when it popped, it was next to the sun. Right next to it almost. So 200 negative. So the heat's not heating up until it comes through the atmosphere. The atmosphere heats up what we feel. Sorry about that. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, I just wanted to go live, show my thing. All right. I got 12 thumbs up. That's awesome. Thank y'all very much. And I want to go through and say hey to everybody. Jeremy Bird, thank you very much. Valley Parks, much love, girl. Love Kung Fu Shaolin, thank you very much. Crosshatch, thank you for joining us today. Skeptic, everybody's always welcome. Let's see, we got Mojo in the house. Said Jeremy Bird, my brother Waylon, my sister Blanche. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Who else? If I missed anybody, I don't want to miss nobody. And everybody out there, I appreciate y'all very much for coming in and enjoying, what I'm showing you. Space Miner, thank you very much for joining us today. Hope you learned something. That the moon is not its own light. It gets its light from the sun. So it is as is. Deal with it, because that's how it works. Like I said, I will be doing a live demonstration of how it works at the International Truth Festival. So make sure y'all are there. Mojo's going. Yeah, thank you for sharing it there, Mojo. Hey, Bex is in the house. I did not see you there. Welcome, Bex, everybody. I just made you a moderator. I did not see you in there. I was scrolling, dealing with the stuff, showing and going through everything. I appreciate everybody being here. Bex, I was watching your show the other day. Very interesting. Check out the sky December 4th, 1 year ago. And it's starting again this year. Read description. You know what? I'll go through this in a little bit. If I bring it up on I'm on my phone. If I bring it up, it'll take me off this, and I don't want to do that. I'll have to look that up. Put a Crosshatch, if you don't mind, if you're still here, I would like for you in the comment section to add it later, so everybody can look at it, and I'll look at it too. That would be appreciated. I thank you very much. But I'll check it out on December 24th last year. I think I got pictures. I was looking at the sky like I'm doing right now. I'm always looking at the fucking sky. But I appreciate everybody being here, for sure. We're going to keep it real. Hey, Bud Files in the house. I didn't see you there, Bud. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Y'all go check out our channel. A lot of information stuff. Real or not for real, thank you very much for being in here. Sure appreciate it. See if I missed anybody's. Just need a little lightning. Help me through the dark. See, Lightning's in the house. Watch his videos. He'll show you. But See, you got to come to the realization, brother. The camera shows too much. P900 shows too much, you know. And I know I love Mikey Smith's work, man. He's got some great work going on. Except for if he can't tell the difference between a shadow from a lighted thing and not, there's still a lot of work with him. And I know he does a lot of great work. He's, but yeah, it's time to get off the moon being its own light. It's just time to get off that, brother. Trying not to miss anyone here. So I'm going back to the beginning. But I appreciate everybody coming in. Like I said, I'm never going to charge for my channel. Not going to ask anything. I'm going to show you what I see and explain what I see. And you can say something, but you got to show me something to debunk me. If you can't show it, you got to show. I mean, it's like right now, there's a rock there on the ground. And look, the moon's shining on it, and it's still creating a shadow behind it. See the shadow behind it? And the rock is right there, but it's creating the shadow because of the angle. It's just like my shadow on the ground, And then if you look at the moon, now the moon right now is reflecting because the sun is over there 180 degrees over in that direction. That's why it's full. Okay? When it gets over there around, it's going to start losing its light on the one side. It is as is. That's the whole thing. I mean, look at the shadows that's from the tripod right there. It's set up right there. You can see it. Shadow. And like I said, I was up in a plane, flying, took pictures high, and looking down on the mountainside, and I'm seeing the shadows from the sun. And I'm comparing that. Okay, I'm away from that object. We know the sun's causing that. Look at the moon. It's causing it. Is as is. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to get a picture of it. And it's going to be awesome. That's the game plan. It's going to cost right around $500, so I'm saving it up a little bit at a time. First, I'm going to get I'm working on my camera system. That's going to cost about $300, $200 to $300. And then my balloon is going to cost another $150 to $300. Depends on what kind I get. And then my box is going to be simple. I can scrap stuff and find that for free. So it's going to be very, very light. It's going to take very minimal battery to operate those cameras. One flick of the switch, maybe like a PlayStation battery or a phone battery hooked up to it's got charged. Maybe two of those, very, very light. It's going to push a camera. The camera system I was looking at this. Now I haven't checked on the motherboard prices. I'm trying to look at, or I'm trying to scrap. I'm trying to look for an old camera that's got the card. It's got, because I'm going to take the motherboard out with the card reader that you plug into it. It's right there on the motherboard, and the camera. Now I might have to switch the camera where it runs fully, or see what I've got. And I'm looking at. I found one the other day. Just an old scrap camera. Now I got to take it apart. I'm going to try to see if I can make everything work and wire everything together. That's my game plan. So, and maybe not use the cameras, because I can get some high definition 4K cameras online without being hooked up to anything that take minimal electricity to operate. And I can get them in the high definition infrared spectrum. So like I said, I'll get two of those, and then one regular, two regular, one looking down regular, Or maybe I want to do the infrared looking down. That's the way I can see what through the clouds and everything. So that's kind of my game plan, y'all. Like I said, we know where I know where the moon's at, exactly where it's going to be. I want it not here. I want it over here. When it comes up over here, and it'll circle over here instead of over here. Eventually, it will. It'll be over here in the sky above me. Eventually. So, anyway, I'm gonna zoom at the moon one more time, and turn my camera on the P900. Give you all this one last look. It hasn't even hardly moved. Still like right in my camera. Look, it hasn't hardly even moved because it's going really, really slow. So I'm gonna zoom over to it. Hang on. I'm gonna show y'all. You still see that one star there. Let me go up over a little bit. You know, see that star right there? You see it right there. There it is. So hang on. Alright, so let's turn this down. We can maybe get a good focus on it. It's so bright. I gotta wear my sunshades at night. Alright, there we go. There we go. One more focus in on it. See, it's not totally full. You can see right here there's like a little bitty, maybe sliver right there, but it's really close. So anyway, just want to show y'all. I mean, that looks like a peak mountain right there. Look at that shit. I mean, look at it. It looks 3D, almost like it coming out, right? See it? Ain't that wicked? Let me zoom in a little tighter. It looks like it's got a valley, and looks like it's, I don't know. Definitely crazy looking. Trying to look at it right there. Look at it. Crazy. But it's not a projection of Earth, that's for sure. Totally different. I mean, look at that. You can see definition in that. It's crazy. Anyway, just looking around. Just looking around. Anyway, there's the moon, yo. Lit up by the sun. So I'm going to back off for a minute. Just showing you. Look, that P900 shouldn't be able to zoom in something at 238,000 miles away. That's just impossible. Hey, here I am. How's it going? Thanks for coming in. But anyway, hey, you see the bunny? Yeah. Hey, Mr. Jackrabbit. Mr. Man on the Moon. Anyway, yo, I'm going to get up out of here. I've shown my piece. I haven't did no live. Sherry Ives didn't make it. I didn't see her in the chat anywhere. She goes, oh, I miss it. Indy B's in the house. I didn't see you. Hey, brother. What's going on, man? Just doing a La Luna thing. Debunking some stuff, brother. Showing the difference in the temperatures on everything. If anything, the moon gives heat. Different temperatures. Depends on the substrate. So the styrofoam actually lit up by 2 degrees different, from 63.4 to 65.4. So 2 degrees temperature when the moon was really just shining. And through the clouds it is different. So nah, man. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed your live the other day while you was punishing the TV. Just say, that's funny. Was that like a 20 arm, 20 gauge arm? That's funny. Yeah, La Luna, man. It's bright. Look. It's bright, brother. It's bright as fuck. But anyway, glad you could jump me. That's for sure. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, shooting, blasting the TV. Ha, ha, ha. That was funny. TV was taking it's buckshot, so it's different. So, take a 12 gauge next time. It's a whole different ball game, especially something like with a pumpkin shot. It's not good. Yeah, the quarter moon, the full moon, because it's definitely close. Andy B, yeah, it's because of the circle that it's on and where the sun is. It's a little bit wider on its circle, and the moon's doing a little tighter inward dance, I should say. It fluctuates with the electromagnetic things that we have. It's definitely not its own light, brother. So, like I said, International Truth Expo, I'm going to show everybody how it works down there. Valley Parks, I showed it to her, and she's seen it, and I can show it. If I can show it in a working model, it's got to be really close. Everybody always takes the moon in front of the sun and says, "Oh, see, it doesn't work like this." But actually, the moon is inside the circle of the sun. And the only time that you don't see it is during the day when it's on its new moon cycle, because it's in its area beside the sun and it does its little dance, and it's during the day you can't see it because of the sky, and the sun's not shining on it. But I'll show you how that works. It's closer to the sun in that moment. So I cannot wait to show everybody. I'm keeping it a secret. Yeah, not in the cabinet. Oh, that was a 12 gauge bird. Oh yeah, bird shot. Yeah, that's not very. It's different. That's for sure. But anyway, yo, I'm gonna close it down. Thank y'all for joining. For sure. Like I said, there it is. Last shot of the moon. I've done my thing. So we know what the deal is. It is as is. So, like I said, it depends on if you're 3 feet from it or 12 feet from it. You're going to get a different reading. So, but if anything, at what I was doing on most of it, on everything, I was always 2 feet away, 2 feet away from my target. So I was doing it on a 2 foot, right at 2 foot, 18 to 24 inches. As long as I keep it within that range on every one of my subjects that I was experimenting on, it's going to be facts. It can't be debunked. I showed it. Prove me wrong. Show me a video. Do a live. Let's do it at the same time. That's all I'm stating. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Much love, everybody. Y'all be good. Peace and chicken grease, as my brother Kurt said. Keep it flat. Peace out.